welcome back to my channel. So today is the moment some of you guys wanted, and it's the fact that my baby girl Amelia is here. Baby girl, she is now 4 days old. And yeah, I wanted to do a birth vlog, and you'll understand why I didn't do one when I tell you my labor and delivery story. So I didn't even have time to, sorry, I changed my hair and I just put her there for now. But yeah, I didn't even have time to do my 39-week pregnancy update. But yeah, so everything started on November 5th. I had a doctor's appointment, and he did a membrane sweep. I was 3 centimeters dilated and 75% efface. So he did a membrane sweep, a really good one, and he was like, you know what, if that doesn't work, we're gonna induce you on the 13th. So I was like, okay, fine. I go home, nothing really happens. It was in the morning, and during that day nothing really happened. The next morning either. But on November 6th, at night, I started to have cramping around 9:45 at night. I started to have cramps, but they came back. So like, not regularly, but they just came and came and left. So I was like, that's not normal to have like just normal cramps. They don't come back like regular times. So don't mind if you hear her, she's drinking. But yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna time them just in case the contractions. With Elliot, it was a whole different story, so I didn't really know anything about that. But yeah, so I started timing them. They were not regular, but they were between 4 to 6 minutes apart. So I was like, yeah, those are contractions, like, no doubt. I went to bed around 11:30, midnight, and tried to sleep through them. I was like, maybe I'm just gonna give birth in the morning, or they're gonna go away and stuff like that. So I tried at 12:30 in the morning, midnight 30. I woke up in a lot of pain. It was really horrible. But yeah, so I continued looking at the contractions, like timing them. They were still like 4 to 5 minutes apart. So I called the hospital and I told them everything about it, and like how much dilated I was and all my information and stuff. She told me to get in a warm bath to see if the contractions would go away, and she asked me if I could tolerate the pain, and I said yes. So I waited, tried the bath, didn't work. But the only problem is Elliot woke up in the middle of the night, and I was trying to put him to sleep, and it really didn't work because I was in so much pain. And honestly, I waited way too long before I went to the hospital. So November 7th in the morning, I came and woke up Nathan in a huge contraction. I was like literally in pain. I was almost screaming each time I had contractions. And we called my neighbor to come check on Elliot while my mom gets up and comes and get him and stuff like that. We went to the hospital. When I got there, that's the better part. So when I got there, Nathan brought me up in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk up there. I was screaming the whole way in, and I just felt like I had to push the whole way from my place to the hospital. Each time I had a contraction, I had to push. And I didn't lose my I didn't break my waters yet. So I was like, what is going on? I never really experienced that. So I literally had to push every time I had a contractions. And when I was up there, I got one when I got to maternity, in my wheelchair. I had a contractions, and I did the same kind of noise slash scream that I did the whole way there, and it's like you could know that I was pushing, and the doctors hurried, really, like, just looked at me and was like, turn in that room, and I didn't have time to do anything. I was there. They told me to get undressed, get on the table. They're gonna check me how dilated I was, and when I laid there, they checked me. I was 10 centimeters and 100% effaced. So I was ready to push. The only thing was that my water didn't break. So they called the doctor. That was like, that you have to come now. We almost thought that the nurses had to give birth to her. But when I had a contraction, I had to push. I pushed. I broke my waters by myself, and the doctor arrived at the same time, and he was like, "Okay, now it's like go time." I gave birth 4 pushes after. In total, like, I was a bit in contractions for a few hours, but when I got to the hospital, it took me 20 minutes in all to give birth. So I think I waited a little too long. I can't really believe it. I did not have time to do anything, like no epidural, usually they take a blood test before, and they make you sign papers and stuff like that. I didn't have time to do any of that. I had to do that everything after, and yeah, it was really quick. Like, honestly, 20 minutes, it was done. So yeah, it was a really fast delivery. She was born on November 7th, 2018 at 4:38 in the morning. She weighed 7.13 pounds and 19 inches long. It's a small baby compared to Elliot. She's so tiny. She's beautiful. So in love with her. Nathan cried like the whole time. He was so supportive. I was really literally screaming at him, but he was so supportive. It's crazy how birth is different for everyone. Like not everyone, but every child you give birth to. But it was really fast. Like, I am still not over the fact that I was really fast. So yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. Everyone we contacted was like, what, already? And stuff like that. It's crazy, and I tell people that and they just can't get over it. I can't get over it. But that explains why I didn't do a birth vlog. I didn't have time. Literally. So it's crazy. In just like 2 days, I went from 3 centimeters to 10. And like, I don't know, it's just it blows my mind, honestly. But she's a healthy baby, no problems. No problems for me, at least. I had a little bit of problems with my placenta after. But, are you okay? But, yeah, so, except that, everything was fine. We left the next day. But yeah, I'll show you guys. So I gave birth, guys. Look at my bruises. It's been 4 days. Look at my bruises. Really annoying. But yeah, she's super healthy. She's the best baby ever. Honestly, I thought I was blessed with Elliot, but that's way better. like she is better, and Elliot was super, super nice. But yeah, so I'm sorry guys, I did not have a birth vlog. I did not have a 39-week pregnancy update, but I gave birth on, I was 39 weeks and 5 days, so it was 2 days before my due date. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this little story time, labor and delivery. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. Keep up with this little cutie. And yeah, bye guys.
Bye.